It's Saturday, so we're making Saturday soup. So last week I made a Saturday soup video, but it didn't really have like, you know, a recipe. So this week I'm going to show you how to make it with actual measurements. So in the pot I've got about 4 litres of water, so I would say it's about 2/3 of the way full. Right, so the first thing I'm going to put in is my pimento, thyme and garlic. I've got like 5 cloves of garlic, so I'm just going to dash that in there. Now you can use whatever meat you want. You can use chicken, foot, lamb neck, I don't care, but I'm using beef. Just stewing beef, okay? So I'm using about 1 kilo. So per 4 litres of water, 1 kilo of meat. Yeah. Just chuck it in there. Ta-da! Also, I wash my meat, and if you choose not to wash your meat, that's fine, I guess. I'm not your mother. But I will be side-eyeing you. So I'm going to take this to the stove, and you want to let this come to a nice gentle boil. Do not let it come to a high boil, because that's when the meat goes really tough and stringy, okay? You want a nice gentle heat. So let it come to a nice boil. I don't know what this is, but let it come to a nice gentle boil. So I'm going to do that now. So we've come to a boil, and I've also skimmed off the impurities that come at the top. Now, I took the liberty of grating the pumpkin. Oh, it's a bit steamy. I took the liberty of grating the pumpkin. You can put it in whole, but I prefer to grate it so that it creates a base for the soup. Now, you can also do what I did last week and chop the pumpkin in cubes and let it boil with the meat for about half an hour. Fish it out and then mash it, but a co-worker told me to try it this way, so I'm going to do it. So for my seasonings, I've got all-purpose seasonings, some salt and a stock cube, and I'm just going to whack them in. Crush in the stock cube. And basically I'm going to cover this with the lid for about 45 minutes until the meat's nice and soft. Right, so at this point the meat is getting quite soft, so I'm going to add in my corn and my carrot. In she goes. And I'm going to let this go for another 30 minutes. Right, so for the dumpling, I've got 300 grams of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and I've also got about 150 ml of water. And I'm going to add the water in gradually until a slightly sticky dough forms. Right, so the dough is kneaded. It's a little bit sticky, which is what you want, because a sticky dough means that the dumplings will be nice and soft. I've literally got the tiniest bit of water left over, so you don't have to use it all if you don't want to. I'm going to cover this until I'm ready to roll it. Okay, so that's been chilling for about half an hour, and next I'm going to add in my ground provision. Now, ideally, you want to use Jamaican sweet potato, you want to use Irish, you want to use yam, but guess what idiot forgot to buy yam? So I'm using regular potato along with just a orange sweet potato. I mean, really and truly, the whole idea of this dish is to use up all the ingredients that you have left over from the week, so if there's 1 or 2 ingredients that you have missing, then it's fine, don't worry about it. The soup's still going to be banging, don't worry. Right, so I've added in the hard food, and now I'm going to add in some scallion and some Scotch bonnet. The Scotch bonnet came out the freezer, so that's why it looks like that. Whee! I'm using this pumpkin soup mix. You can get this from pretty much any Afro-Caribbean shop. Now, some people like to strain out the noodles. I personally like the noodles, so do what you will, but the whole thing I go in. Right, so that's been chilling for about 10 minutes, and I've rolled out my dumplings, so I'm going to put these in there. In she goes. And basically you're on the home stretch, so you just want to let this simmer for about, I don't know, like 20-25 minutes until the potatoes are cooked and until the dumplings are cooked through. Yeah. And she's done. Wow. Right, let's give it a taste. Period. It's so nostalgic as well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Recipe for this in the description. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Thank you.